Welcome everyone to Indore Data and BI Community, and this is the sessions 2 of Data Connect series, in which we are going to discuss today about how you can master Power BI and elevate your career. And today we have speaker Govind, who is working as a data analyst in Advent Analytics, and he will be sharing his knowledge during this session. But before going to it, yesterday we have talked about the Microsoft Fabric community. So I just want to give you a basic overview. It is a community which in which we contribute through various ways like answering questions, sharing our knowledge. We have galleries, ideas and blogs, and there are so many more things. So yesterday I have provided a detailed overview. Today just want to add on that on the top you can see there are various there is offer going on, which is become a certified fabric data engineer, and using this you get the offer for 50% off when you register for the exam. So for the Microsoft exams we have to pay some fees, but if you participate in these challenges you can get up to 50 to 100% off. Sometime the offers will be for 100%, sometime 50%. So you can always check out the community, and at the top you can get the news about what the current offer is going on. And in the same way there is a super user program. So when you contribute consistently in the community, you will be recognized as a Microsoft super user, and you will get this badge in front of you, in front of your profile. And there are so many perks of being a super user, like you will be invited in fabric engineering calls, you can connect with the Microsoft team, you can connect with the Microsoft MVPs, you will also get some super user swags. So for this you can check out my LinkedIn profile. Recently I have shared a post in which I got swags from the Microsoft. Apart from this, you will be also getting considered for the Microsoft MVP award. So you can check out this link, I will share in the chat box and in the group, and you can read more about this. So now without any further ado, let's directly hand over to Govind so that he can start sharing about Power BI. Yes, Govind, welcome to the call. Yes. Yes, Govind, it's visible.
editor tool. With the help of that, we can perform some commonly used data transformations and also the advanced data transformations like pivot, unpivot, removing columns, removing rows, and a lot more. Visualization. Then it offers us to create the interactive charts and dashboards. AI and machine learning. So it has some built-in features like forecasting or cluster analysis. With the help of that, we can work with our data. And then collaboration through Power BI services, where we can deploy our reports and services, share our reports and dashboards with end users. So these are the key capabilities of Power BI. Moving further, so like many a times, it has been the misconception that Power BI is just a drag and drop tool, but it is completely wrong because Power BI is a single tool with the help of which you can do end-to-end data analytics. How? So it offers us first. It offers us to connect to various data sources like the Excel files, APIs, cloud databases, database present in your local machine. It helps us to connect to all the databases, and then the data transformation. Like we do data transformation with other tools like Python and all. But Power Query has its built-in Power Query editor tool with the help of which we can just by using the interface, we can do some advanced data transformation. Then we can also establish the relationship between the tables. Then we can do data visualization. We can perform advanced calculations like a customer churn rate or new customers, repeat customer rate, etc. with the help of data analysis expression, which is DAX. And you can do a lot more magical things with the help of DAX. Then it offers us real-time analytics, AI-powered insights. It has also a mobile access view, so that if someone doesn't carrying the laptop with them, so we can separately make a mobile version of our dashboard and report and can share with the users. So this is why it's not a drag and drop tool. It provides you with the endless opportunities to work with the raw data. So that's all about the introductory part of Power BI. And if someone is having any kind of questions, so please feel free to drop your questions into the chat box. I would be happy to answer that. So without further ado, let's get started by some doing some hands-on tutorials on Power BI. So this is a Power BI desktop. I'm gonna open it. Okay, so it is being opened. Wait for some time. Yeah. Okay, so this is basically the Power BI desktop interface. So firstly, let me clear some doubt. So we are having some components of Power BI, a Power BI desktop, where we build, like where the Power BI developer or a data analyst build reports and dashboards. So this is the tool for the developers. And then we are also having the Power BI services, where we can share our reports and we deploy our reports to share it with the end users. We can also collaborate it with other developers as well on the Power BI services. So that is the different tool, and that is the tool based on the cloud. And we also say it Power BI online. So this is a Power BI desktop interface. So here we are having, I'm having home button, and then if I click on open, so I can open the files that is present in my system. I can directly open it from here, and then I can sign out. Then I am having some software related settings. I can do that, and then I can find like the version of my desktop. So this is what you get from Power BI home screen, and then you get some options over here where you can save your file, you can share it with others, then you can get the data from the various data sources, then you can import and export the Power BI. Okay, so I'm gonna click over here, which is a blank report. So Power BI also provides us the sample data to work with. So I'm gonna load that sample data, and I'm gonna tell you how can you create a dashboard with that, with like that data. So currently it is being opened. Yes. So this is basically the interface of Power BI front end. I can say it is a front end part where we build reports and visuals. So this is the option I'm getting over here. Like I can import data from the Excel. I can connect to the SQL server or any other SQL based database like Oracle or MySQL. I can also copy and paste the data into the tabular format. and then I can use the sample data as well. And this is just the four data connectors that you are getting. If you click over here, which is a home tab get data, then you can see the endless connectors that you can connect to bring your data to the Power BI. If I click over here more, so you can see like by going to each section, you can connect to the various data sources that is available. And most of the time you will get your data source here because Power BI has enough data sources to connect to. So I'm gonna cancel it. Now I'm gonna use this button, which is a use sample data. So I'm gonna click over here, and Power BI will provide me the sample data to work with for the practicing. So yes, here you can see the table financial. So I'm gonna load this data. So if I load it, so it will load it into the Power BI desktop. But what if like I need to perform some data transformation, like if my data is having some errors, some inconsistencies, or it is not in the proper format. So what I can do is that I can click over here, which is transform data. So it will bring me to the new I can say interface, which is called Power Query Editor. So with the help of this, you can do some frequently used data transformation and as well as advanced transformation. So you don't have to worry about writing a code. With the help of interface itself, you can do advanced data transformation. So suppose I want to remove some column over here, like this column, manufacturing price. So I will right click and I will click on remove. So it will remove the column and it will add a step over here. I'm gonna undo this by clicking on this cross icon. Suppose I want to do some other transformation, like I need to have a duplicate of this column. So I can create, I can click on duplicate and it will duplicate the column for me. Again, suppose I want to group this data. So what I can do, I can go here and I can click on group by. Just a minute. It must be present on, yes, here. So suppose I want to group this segment column. So I'm gonna click over here and I will click on group by. So it will give me the window. My column name is segment, and I want to find out the total sales segment wise. So I can provide the new column name, and I want to perform a sum, and I want to perform a sum on the column sales. So you can see now I'm having the summarized table of my data. So it has also the capability of grouping the data. And here I didn't need to do any kind of coding. With the help of interface itself, I can do the advanced data transformation. So there are like various options over here. You can explore it later by loading this sample data. And I'm gonna not go in very detail over here because my data is looking very refined and it is not having any kind of errors, or it is like in the format where I can do the data analysis. So I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna close this window. Now I'm again into the Power Query edit, like Power BI desktop. So here you can see I'm having some pens, which is a data pen. Just a minute, I think the data has gone away. Let me load it again. Okay, so this is a data pane where you can see all the tables. Then you are having the visualization pane. You can select any visuals and you can start building this. Then you are having a filters pane. So if you want to do some kind of filtering to your data, then you can drag and drop the fields from the tables and you can filter. Then this is the right side of my interface, and then in the left side I'm having some views. First is report view. It provides us with a canvas, and here we can build a visual. So suppose like I select a bar chart, so it starts appearing on my screen and I can feed the data to the visual and I can develop the visual. Then the table view. So here what data is present in my table I can see in a tabular format like we see in Excel. So similar to that, we can also do some sorting and filtering on the columns. Then I'm having the model view. So model view is for establishing the relationship between the tables. Then this is a DAX query view. We can write a DAX queries and we can also see the output of those queries and the execution time. Then this is a new view which is called TMDL view. So with the help of this view, we can work with our semantic model and we can make changes in the bulk. So this is the 4 view that is available. Okay. So now I'm gonna create some like short dashboard. So for that, I'm gonna set up a date table. So you can see I'm only having the financial table and I'm having some information in this table. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a date table and I will link that date table to this table. So for that, I'm gonna go here and table tools and I'm gonna click over this feature which is a new table. Okay, so it will allow me to write a DAX and with the help of DAX I can create a new table. So I'm gonna name it as date table. So there is an inbuilt function in DAX which is a calendar auto. So if I make use of this function, so it will return me a 1 column table, the date table, like the date column will be there and it will scan my whole data model and it will pick the like the lowest date and the maximum date and it will pass the date range and it will give me the like consistent date so that I can do some time intelligence based calculations. That's why I have created here date table. Now like I'm having a 1 column table which is a date. I can also add some column in this table. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna choose this, select this date table, right click and new column. So suppose I want to add over here year. So I can make use of year function and I need to pass dates. So date tables, date column. If I pass it, so it will give me another column which is a year. So you can clearly see it has given me the respective years of the dates. Now I want to add one more column which is the month and month name. So again new column, month number, and I can make use of a month DAX function and again I need to pass date. So it will extract me the month name, like if it is a January, so it will give me 1. So similar to that, it has extracted that month number from the respective dates. Again, I want to add one more column, which is month name. So here I can make use of a format text function. So it like with the help of format we can extract the month number. So again I'm gonna give date column and how I need to format this column as a month name. So that's why I have written 4 times M. So it will give me the month name. So you can clearly see January, February, etc. So this like I have set up the date table which is ready for the analysis, time-based analysis. So that's all. I think these 4 columns are enough for now. You can also add like week number, quarter, etc. But that will be very long. So I have just kept the 4 columns in my date table. Now let's link our both the table. So this is the financial table and this is a date table. So common column I can see is a date. So I can link with the help of this column. And I can like check like it has picked the right column. Yes, like date to date, and the cardinality will be 1 to many because one date can have many records in my financial table, and like cross filter direction would be single. Yes, so this setup looks good. I will save the relationship. So it has created a relationship, date to date. Yes, so that's all. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create some KPIs because you know like KPIs are the indicators that tells us like the health of the business, like how business is performing. So I'm having some KPIs over here. Let's build some KPIs. So whenever we build KPIs, so we make measures. So new measures. Let's build total sales. So this is nothing but the sum of sales column. Again, I'm gonna make one more KPI, which is total quantity sold. So I can make use of sum function. Sum will add up the value in the column, and I can pass here the quantity column. Just a minute. Yes, unit sold. Again, let's make a profit column. Profit KPI, sorry. Again, I'm gonna use a sum function and I will pass the profit column. So it will provide me the KPI for total profit. And let's add one more KPI, which is profit margin. So how can we find out the profit margin? So it is nothing but divide. So this is a divide function, and in numerator I can pass profit and sales. So it will give me the profit margin out of total sales. So I can format it as a percentage. So I'll click here and up to 0 decimal. Okay, so I have built 4 KPIs. So let's arrange it. So for showing KPIs, we have a card visual in Power BI. So I'm gonna make use of that. So yes, first let's total sales. So I'm gonna copy this. Okay, so these 4 KPIs I have. First I am having total sales, and in second I can drag total profit, then quantity sold, and then profit margin. Yes, so this looks good. Let's format it. So I'm gonna click here and I'm gonna add border so that it looks good. So I'm gonna go here, effects and visual border. I will turn it on. Now I can make use of format painter. It is similar to what we have in MS Word and Excel. It applies the formatting to the other visual. So I will select this and I will click on format painter. So I am gonna format all my cards. So let's arrange it in a proper way so that the alignment between the card looks good. So I'm gonna control and select all the 4 cards, and I'm gonna go here, format, align, and I'm gonna click this option, which is distribute horizontally, so it will align the visual properly. Okay, now I'm gonna I'm gonna make use of some charts. So I'm picking line chart, and here in the x-axis I'm gonna drag month name and total sales. So month wise total sales, just a minute, I think, yes. Okay, so now you can see like here my month name is not in the correct order. Like the month start with January and then it goes till December. So I'm gonna go in my data view, date table, and I'm gonna choose month name, and I want to sort this column based on the month number so that my month appears in a right order. If once I do that, I can go here and choose month name, ascending. So you can see now it has clearly given me Jan, Feb, March in a correct order. I can go here and I can turn on the data labels so that I can clearly see my sales, and I can turn on the border as well. So this title is not making any sense over here, because we know these are the month names. So I can x-axis and y-axis, I can turn on the titles from both the axes. Now my chart looks good. let's add one more KPI, which is total sales previous year. So how can we build that KPI so that we can have the comparison, like as compared to the previous year, how I am performing in my current year. So I'm gonna go here and new measure. So sales previous year, let's name it, and I can make use of a calculate text functions over here, and I want to find out like total sales but for the previous year. So I can make use of a separate last year text function that shifts like hold. So it is asking for one parameter which is date. So I'm gonna pass the date column. So it will calculate me the the sales for the previous year, and I can also show this in my line chart. Okay, so this blue line is showing the sales for the previous year. So like I'm not having enough data, that's why I'm only having the sales for the 4 months. So I think these charts look good. Now let's add one more chart, which is a stacked bar chart. Let's show product wise profit so that we can find out like what are the products that is most profitable. So I have dragged the profit KPI, which is here, and product name. So this is product. So this is my product wise sales. Let's turn on the data labels and turn off the titles from Y and X axis. Okay, let's turn on the border as well. So this is one visual I have made. Let's add some detail view. So for that I'm gonna make use of a matrix visual, and I can show my all the KPIs if I select the matrix. So matrix and tables are the visual that lets us see the data in the detail. So let's add country, then product. Okay, that's enough I think, and I can choose the layout from here, which is a tabular. Now it has break down the country wise like product, and I can drag the KPIs, which is total sales in the value section, then total profit, quantity sold, and profit margin. So you can see I can with the help of matrix visual I can clearly present my data in the detail format where I am showing 4 KPIs based on the country and product. Let's format it a bit. Okay, now I'm having some more space, so I can add one more chart, which is a pie chart. So let's show segment wise sales. Okay, so this clearly shows me that the government segment is doing very good because it has a major portion in my total sales. I can turn on the labels over here as well. Okay, so this is the dashboard that we have created, but like what about formatting? So for that Power BI provides us some built-in themes. We can apply that. So I'm gonna go here on the view section, and there are some themes, and if I click over here, so I can like switch between the themes. So you can clearly see I can apply any theme that looks good, like some dark themes are also there, some this also looks good. So you can play with the theme, like if you want any specific theme which is based on your company's logo or your requirements, so you can play with the themes and you can change the color. So for now let's keep this dark theme, and this is the dashboard that we have created. Now I am just gonna make use of a text box, so I can provide the dashboard with the meaningful name. So in text box I'm gonna name it as sales dashboard